All right. It's a much different setup than what we had this afternoon, right? Chica, cheers.
Left-handed.
I know, I gotta get you a right-handed mug. Alrighty, here we go. Cheers, folks.
I bet people are wondering if you're even doing it.
Yeah, I know. It's like my Wednesday night routine. I can't not go live on Wednesday night. Hey guys, I see a couple of y'all popping on board. Give me a shout out. It's been a long week, but it's been a wonderful week full of lots of excitement, lots of lots of yes. Try it the other way.
Try this.
There.
If it's still on me, don't judge.
Now we can do the proper. Cheers. Yeah.
Don't judge me if I spill on myself. Trying to cheat
Hey,
left-handed.
Susan. Hey, Royce, you're still up, girl. Oh my gosh, guys. So this week has been our live event series week. Hey, Bonnie, I'm seeing some of these familiar faces that I was seeing today and yesterday. So for the past 2 days, we've been broadcasting at 1 p.m. Oh no, Susan. Yeah, that'll get you. That's a great cardio workout when you find a spider or when you've walked into a spider web. Think about it. Great cardio workout. Hey, Harsh. Hey, Johnny. Hey, guys. So, guys, we've been busy bees working this week. She just woke up.
I wish I could say the same.
There we go. And we've been doing the Cosi Talks 101 live event series. So on Tuesday, we talked about the truth about balance. Today, we did everything about core. We had Reggie Showers in the house from College Park, and that's always a lot of fun to have Reggie there. Oh, Doug, thank you so much. Man, I got to tell you guys, I am beyond wiped, as you can probably see. This is what happens when the makeup comes off. But I am so happy and so proud of the work. And guys, I got to introduce this lovely lady sitting next to me. This is Kristen. This is this is the other half of Cosi Talks. This is the brains behind the operation, guys. I met Kristen, has it been 2 years?
Yeah.
2 years ago.
More than
2 years ago, where basically I was trying to put together a Cosi Talks website and I got left in the lurch big time by the person who was helping me. Woo, bad. And someone recommended, yes, Tampa. All right, Alex, he's our guest coming on tomorrow. Oh my gosh, tomorrow's going to be so much fun with Alex on board. Alex, we cannot wait to bring you into this madness. We're going to have so much fun tomorrow. With you here. I'm just the only thing I'm bummed about is that Reggie leaves tomorrow so that we couldn't put everybody together. Roy says hi, Kristen. Hey, Kenny, thanks for joining us this evening. So guys, it's been a lot of excitement. We've been working so hard. And my girl, Kristen here, she makes it happen, guys. All those beautiful emails that you receive, beautifully formatted with good looking pictures and graphics, and the YouTube channel, and even the restream today, everything going so smoothly. It's this gal right here. So round of applause for Kristen. She deserves every bit of it.
It's been a blast. I'm having a good time with her.
It's wonderful working together. Hey, Tom, glad you could make it here this evening. So guys, Jim, I'm glad you were able to catch the live event. Guys, if you were not, I know I broadcasted during the workday, but for several reasons, we had to do it at 1 p.m. Eastern time. But if you weren't able to catch the whole thing, please go to my YouTube channel. It's easy to find it right there under live event. Boom, you'll see it right there. Brian with your Bustelo. All right, there you go, Brian. All right, yes, we did fix the audio problem, Urbano. Thank you. Thanks to this lady here sitting next to me. So guys, I had one or two questions that popped up during the show that I was just like, okay, this is a good time to kind of, as you can see, our normal Cosi Talk studio has been temporarily placed into my garage. So we're running on bare bones here tonight. Speaking of bare bones, y'all recognize this guy? What's left of him? My kids ate him. They picked him clean. Yeah. Compadre, man. Oh, man, I'm glad you're here, compadre. Yeah, man, we had a good time. So balance talk on Tuesday, guys. We talked all about balance. We talked about the 3 systems that process your balance, your visual, vestibular, somatosensory. We talked about what that big word somatosensory means, and I still have trouble saying it. We talked about how your brain processes balance. We talked about what happens during amputation, which parts of your balance are affected, right? And then we talked about how you can go about fixing your balance and with exercises. And then today it was all about the core. Who listened to my core talk today? Hey, Robin, Chuck, man, thank you. Thank you, Chuck. I'm glad you're joining us this evening. You're watching me from my YouTube channel. I love seeing people on the YouTube channel as well. Who here was listening to my core talk today? Who can name the 4 parts of the core? I'm going to sweeten the pot, guys. Anybody who can name the 4 parts of the core that I talked about today is going to get a Cosi Talks mug. Whoever can name it right now. Susan, you missed it, girl.
Napping.
That's why God invented the replay, Susan. You got to go back to the YouTube channel and watch it. All right, guys. 4 parts of the core. Who can name them? Free Cosi Talks mug. Because I'm not going to tell you right now. And along with it, guys, we gave you some exercises to help with the foundation and the beginning. Not me. Robin, you be the smarty pants. You be smarty pants. Jim says you include the sore part. Y'all sounding more loopy out there than I'm feeling right now. All right. So guys, some really great foundational exercises with the core. One of the big things about the 4 different parts of the core, which somebody needs to name so I can send someone a Cosi Talks mug, is that when there's injury to the core, you have to isolate the 4 distinct muscle groups involved with the core. And you have to learn how to treat each muscle group individually and then teach it how to work together. And that's what we did today in the show and showing you how to do that. Yeah, your therapist would kill you for not remembering, Brian. I'm a little disappointed right now. I did a good job. Ooh, what do we got? What do we got? William, almost, William. You are like this close. So William's guessing back extenders, abdominal, lateral trunk, and hip. You got back extensors and you've got the abdominals, but you're missing 2 more, William. You can remember those 4 parts. Kevin, if I can count to 4, I know you can count to 4.
Okay,
we got,
Jody.
There's Jody trying. Abdomen. Oh, just guessing. No, almost. Let's see, Jean. Okay, Jean's looking for it. Oh. So guys, tomorrow, almost there. Oh my gosh, Jean, you got the 2 that the other gentleman missed. All right. So we've got Jean, you got yes to the diaphragm and yes to pelvic floor. You didn't want to cheat. No, guys, I want you to cheat. I want you to go and watch the show. I want you to go and access the show. That's the whole point. Go cheat.
There's graphics in it to tell you.
There's some graphics in the show, today's show, that show you exactly the 4 different groups of the core. Go, come on. I'm giving you permission to cheat. My kids aren't listening right now, so it's okay. It's okay. Guys, tomorrow's show, I'm really excited about tomorrow's show. It's going to be about gait pattern. Diaphragm is torso. Yes, torso, though, is kind of just the general term for, your whole trunk. Okay, and the reason, Susan, I'm really being a stickler about this is because when you understand the 4 different parts of your core, you're going to see that there are 4 individual muscle groups that are all connected together. Okay? So, Jim, you're just throwing stuff out there at this point. Abdomen, pelvic, torso, diaphragm. Y'all are... Man, you're getting some close parts there, guys. Go back and watch the show. I'm telling you, I'm gonna keep y'all. You gotta work for this one. You gotta get this one. It's a good one to know. So, guys, tomorrow's talk is going to be about gait. Okay, so last year, right, I did a whole big show on the gait cycle, all the little ins and outs of the gait cycle, and you can watch last year's show again on my YouTube channel. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about gait deviations, and that's basically just a fancy word for saying limping or walking with a different kind of walking just differently, right? With a prosthesis. Why does it happen? Why is it that you spend your entire life walking on your 2 anatomical legs, and when you put on a prosthesis, all of a sudden you can't walk the way you used to walk, right?
That's what happens when you wake up from your nap.
Y'all are killing me. Okay, guys, here we go. The 4 parts of your core. Almost, Brian. Actually, Brian, you did the good cheating, but the wrong kind of cheating. Those are your abdominals, right? Where's my soda? I don't have my soda bottle with me. Right? Okay. 4 parts of the 4 parts of the core. The abdominals in the front. And Brian, yes, you correctly named all of the abdominal muscles. The rectus abdominis, internal and external obliques, and transverse abdominis, right? Then you have the part of the core that is on your back extensors. Specifically, the little multifidus is that tiny muscle deep in the back. So you got your front abdominals, your back extensors, your diaphragm. Think of a Coke can, guys, okay? top part is the diaphragm, and then the bottom part, pelvic floor. So a few of you named like one or two of them, but it's really important to understand abdominal muscle. Yeah, Jean, you were close. Yep. Abdominal muscle, back extenders, pelvic floor, diaphragm. There you go, Jean. Jean, I'm going to send you a Cosi Talks mug. You correctly named everything. Go ahead and send me your address, Jean, when this is over. And I'm going to send you, there we go. Now people are getting it. There we go, Kenny. Thank you. Abdominals, back extensors, diaphragm, and pelvic floor. Okay. And guys, if you listen.
Robin. Of course.
But see, Robin, people got it. They got it. They got it. All right. All right. All right. And guys, the reason is because you can identify it, and we talk a lot more in detail in the talk today about the different parts of the core. But if you can identify these 4 different parts, and you can start identifying if you present with any symptoms of core weakness, this can also help your therapist treat you. Okay. So there's a lot of pearls in there that we give in today. Oh, sounds good, Joe. I'm glad to hear that. I will not tell your therapist, Brian. We'll keep it between the two of between the 30 of us. We'll keep it here. Be careful. I'm not those cow emojis.
I think
that Carol just put in there.
Sorry,
I don't know.
Focusing.
Okay.
They look like it.
So guys, I got a couple questions here. I'm just cleaning up house from the questions I missed during the talk. So Rasheen asks, I've had some medical issues in the last few months, and I feel like my strength and mobility have been compromised. To make matters worse, I feel like my get up and go is gone completely. And guys, I think this is many people are feeling this, especially with all the shutdowns with COVID. And we talked a lot about that today with Reggie, just the psychological effects, along with the physical effects of being shut down and in our homes for so many months. But usually, the whole getting back into your fitness thing, it should be done carefully, and the older we get, the more careful you have to be. If you had a fitness program prior, to shut down, prior to getting out of shape, then you're probably going to know how to get back into that fitness program. But if you didn't really have a fitness program, you were kind of in that in between where you were learning to use your prosthesis and now you're looking for something else. This is where I definitely recommend, you made it, Daryl, where I definitely recommend seeking out a physical therapist who can provide a fitness program and get you started. And the reason for this, guys, is you don't want to run into any injuries. A lot of times people tend to overdo things. A lot of times folks don't understand how to modify their exercises and their fitness. Yeah, you're one to talk. I know. Yeah.
That's why I'm shaking my head.
Don't know how to modify their fitness programs to accommodate to their prosthesis and can get into some trouble that way. Did I talk anything about the piriformis and ways to keep it working correctly? Jim, you're throwing some fancy words at me. Piriformis is this teeny tiny little muscle, and it's located deep in your tushy. That's where that piriformis is. And the neat thing about the piriformis, which is not so neat sometimes, is it sits right on top of your sciatic nerve, right? So here's what happens. Here's another useless Jeopardy factoid, courtesy of your neighborhood-friendly physical therapist, right? You've got a big, juicy sciatic nerve, and your sciatic nerve can be almost the size of 2 of your fingers. It's usually between 1 to 2 fingers thick. It's a really thick nerve. And then you have your piriformis, which is not very big muscle compared to a big sciatic nerve. And what can happen is if your piriformis muscle gets tight, it's going to tighten around that sciatic nerve. And ooch, that's when you get that sciatic pain starting to shoot down your leg. So a lot of times to keep the piriformis working correctly, Jim, a lot of times the therapist might have to go and do some soft tissue work to loosen up the piriformis to get it to stretch and relax just a little bit. So when it comes to piriformis, usually it's about stretching it properly so that it doesn't get tight and spasm up and pinch off that sciatic nerve, right? And along with it is, okay, you got to find out, why was the piriformis getting all cranky? Is it because there's weakness in other parts? I know she's used to my crazy talk. She's just, so are there other parts in the gluteal area, your gluteal muscles, that are weak? And that's why your piriformis is starting to get tight and starting to spasm a little bit. How's that, Jim? How's that? How'd I do? Chick-fil-A cow. Got it. External obliques and rectus abdominis. And again, guys, this is why I did the talk on core today, because so many people think that the core are the obliques and the rectus abdominis and all the abdominal front muscles, and they don't realize that's just one part of the core. So Ta-da. Lori, glad you made it. We're just kind of doing a recap of last 2 days shows and what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. I'm so excited about tomorrow.
Oh, it'll be fun.
We haven't done something like tomorrow. I've never done, well, all the talks this week were brand new talks, brand new content that I created for this series. So I was really excited to bring this about. Hip replacement and gait problems. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Susan says, I have problems with my bursa sacs and my hips still. I stretch, but it doesn't seem to help. Okay, so that's actually a really good one. So the bursa, guys, it's little fluid-filled sacs, and we have them all throughout our body, specifically in between our tendons. And basically, it's like ball bearings. Think of ball bearings, how they just kind of make things move a little smoother. So these little fluid-filled sacs are in between your tendons and your muscle, and it just helps the tendons slide over each other more smoothly. Now, sometimes these bursa can become inflamed. Remember, they have fluid inside, and that fluid can just kind of create, and it's called a bursitis, okay? Hip bursitis, shoulder bursitis, right? All of these things can happen. And again, it's figuring out what is the root of the problem? What is causing this irritation? Is there a weakness? Is there a tightness? Is there a movement pattern? Because muscles are meant to move in a certain way, and they're meant to move together with other muscle groups. So if those muscle groups are not cooperating nicely, you're going to have a bit of a tangled mess, and the bursa in the middle is going to get pinched, and it's going to start getting inflamed. So Susan, stretching, it can help if tightness is what's causing the bursitis, okay? But if there's something else causing the bursitis, no matter how much you stretch, it's not going to help it, right? The other thing you might want to think about, Susan, and I believe you are in above the knee. You'll have to correct me if I'm wrong. But if there's something in your socket that's not fitting properly, causing pressure, that can also create a bursitis, okay? So again, finding the root of the problem. That's been a very common theme. Yeah, very common theme this week. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, I'm going to try this left-handed again.
You're going to try the left-handed?
I am.
All right, ready?
Okay.
Cheers.
Didn't spill it.
Okay, Susan, so you're below the knee. So it could be if you're feeling the bursitis on the same side as your prosthesis, if your socket is not fitting properly, if there's something that's not efficient, and if your hip muscles are not firing properly, that is going to cause a hip bursitis, okay? You have a small, tiny muscle called your tensor fascia lata, right? And it's also known as the IT band, iliotibial band. It's connected all together. And sometimes that bursa in that area can get a little hot and bothered if there's weakness in the glutes. Johnny says, is that called an adhesion or is that something else? No, an adhesion is just something a little different. An adhesion is just kind of a catch-all term that we use, Johnny, sometimes, especially when there's scar tissue involved. There's a wound that's healing, especially, for example, in an amputee, their surgical wound will heal and the underlying tissues will scar down. So that's more of what we would call an adhesion. The bursitis is something a little, completely different. It's that fluid-filled sacs, little sacs that are in between the tendons of our muscles to kind of help things move smoothly. Okay. Brian says, I recently returned to my hip surgeon. He replaced the right hip 14 years ago. I've had pain. He said my hip replacement looks like new, so I'm assuming my gait must be fine or it would have looked different. Bonnie asked, can CRPS cause bursitis? Now, well, okay, so usually, guys, bursitis is usually I call it a mechanical problem, okay? So it's usually the result of something that's pinching off the bursa. Okay, so if you think about, you have a very narrow space in between your tendons. If these are two tendons, right? Let's do it this way. And there's a little fluid-filled sac in between my two fingers that represents the bursa, right? And if our tendons are working properly, meaning the muscles are contracting and the tendons are moving properly, then everything goes nice and smooth. But let's say this muscle is getting tight, right? So it's not going to move nice and smooth anymore. And that bursa is now going to get irritated. Or if this bursa is just very weak, right? And so things are not moving properly. And again, that bursa is going to get caught in the middle and get pinched. Bursitis, in my opinion, is a symptom of something else going on. Okay. It's what gets our attention because it hurts, but that's more of a symptom of something else. So whether it's tightness or weakness or both, okay, you got to figure out, or pressure. That's another one. Pressure. If there's undue pressure somewhere, that's what you got to figure out and address that part. So CRPS causing bursitis is not something I would attribute to that. CRPS is a little bit different. It's going to cause that regional pain, that diffuse pain, and that's more of your sympathetic nervous system reacting. Okay.
I'm learning all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I'm full of useless factoids. I can't turn a computer on, but I can tell you all about bursitis.
Don't get me started on that one.
Yeah. All right, guys. So tonight was just kind of a short and sweet talk just to kind of give you guys a recap on what we did for this past week and what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Guys, you still have another hour or two that you can get your virtual stamp card in. If you have not already filled it out, okay? If you haven't already filled the virtual stamp card out, you can go to my website, sign up for it, fill it out, send it in. We've got major swag that we are giving away in these 2 raffle bags for tomorrow, along with the other 3 giveaways. We're doing 5 giveaways tomorrow, guys.
We have a busy afternoon.
We do. It's a very busy afternoon. That post office is going to be very busy when I'm done. Okay, guys. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there or be square. Don't forget to go back to the YouTube channel and watch the previous 2 days' videos. What is he saying?
What is that?
I don't know. All right, guys. So we'll see you guys. Same bat time. No.
Well, 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
1 p.m. Eastern.
1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
We'll be
on the Facebook and YouTube pages, guys. We're going to go get some rest.
Bye, everyone.